Okay, so a few things on this good old December the 1st, 2021. Pretty much made it through another year, thank God. I can just give him the glory and shout victory before we even get to the last day in December, starting on the first day, and then even before that, because that's who I go to every day anyway, so ain't nothing new, but he can still do some new things, so I'm just continuing to trust in him, so that's one thing. Another thing, I'm waiting on some Amazon packages. I was gonna take the boys to the park today, but yeah, it's just like that. Gotta be at home to watch for my packages to come, and so funny. That reminds me of when I did have a job at one point in time, like outside the house, because of course I still work. Period. But and I asked the one that I was involved with to do one simple thing. He got it, but barely. I asked him to do one simple thing. Can you get my daughter off the bus? And you gotta have ID already put your name on the list. He was, I guess, standing out there probably communicating, talking to them because he was familiar with the people that was up there. And I'm like, can you just do this, boy? And they said he had to run back to the house, get his ID in order, of course, to get my daughter off the bus. I was like, Lord have mercy. Um, I don't think he told me that part, but yeah. So, like I said, barely did it. When somebody did it or they barely did it, I don't know. You got the right to feel how you want to feel, but yeah, his priorities was talking to people that was familiar with him that was outside my house, and it's like, you see what I'm saying? So I'm out here trying to focus on helping to add to making a living, and this is what you're doing. Like, no, we can't. And we all got things that we get distracted by, but that's why I was just trying to tell him. Like, we can't do that right now. We can enjoy each other up in here, but we can't really do that. So if it was the we that I'm speaking of, and if it was gonna be we, nah. So that's that. I'm just glancing back over that just a little bit. But yeah, waiting on the Amazon packages, and that's the thing. Like, I can't be two places at once. I already got footage of somebody trying to come up and tamper with my mailbox and stuff. So, what makes me think that, what I'm saying, I leave the house, they won't. And granted, Amazon will do something to replace the stuff, but I just like the stuff that I'm ordering. I don't need to be inconvenienced. Like, I'm trying to build up. Like, I've been trying to do. My whole plans this whole time was to build up. It wasn't to play around and play house. Granted, did I play house or whatever? I didn't really play because I wasn't playing, but did I indulge in that? Yeah, but at the same time, I knew in my mind that I'm trying to go places. And so anyway, yeah, so that was that. So barely handled my daughter properly, and you know, um, yeah, she made it, but just like, nah, like. And that wasn't even a deal breaker or whatever, but that was just something like that I still remember. It's like, dang, I asked you to do one thing, you gonna be right here, just you in the house by yourself, chilling out. Definitely don't have no company up here, don't have nobody up here, you know what I'm saying? But, but yeah, you want to talk, and honestly, you want to talk to people outside and do it during the time where my daughter's not there. They didn't have nothing else to do. They wasn't doing nothing. There was a bunch of grown people that was not doing anything else. But anyway, that's besides the point, or that's right now. I'm not trying to focus on that at all by far. But what else was it? Thought about that. Thought about just the last time where he shined and directed attention to me. When he got involved with somebody, he will direct the attention towards me. But he would still do what he wanted to do, but he would direct their attention towards me. So it means, of course, he's in there. He's trying to scope stuff out and find out how to whatever it is that he's over there for in the first place. Besides the natural reasons, of course, having sex and laying up at this, that, and the third, or whatever, and trying to blend into something, which he already told me he can adapt to something. I was like, oh, okay. But anyway, that I'm thinking back on that first time where that occurred, and yeah, you drew attention to me, and you draw negative attention to me, and then of course out of that situation, that person tried to comfort me and talking about they wasn't a pushover and this, that, and the third one. Girl, I'm not. This is what y'all not understanding. Whatever he's out there doing, I wasn't even thinking about him. If it wasn't us at home and or us together, wherever, whatever location, I wasn't worried about what he was doing at all. Like other people, of course, was coming back telling me, but I was like, okay. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? For one, I'm not stupid, and I already assume you're not here, you're doing something else you ain't got no business doing. And I just, because I've already been that person, like, not necessarily supposed to be somewhere and wasn't, well, I guess you could say it like that too. But yeah, doing something I ain't got no business or being somewhere that I ain't got no business, then hey, that's a risk I'm taking. So, and I always tell people, you know what I'm saying? You think I'm gonna spite him, or you think I'm gonna, like one told me, put my eggs in all these baskets just because he wants to be a basket case and do all that? No, I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to do that. I don't feel like we need to live like that. Period. And so, about me personally, and so that was that time. And then of course that person came for me and came at me, and I look back 2013, 2014, definitely the person definitely went hard or whatever. 2015 they went harder, and then about in the same year they was being dealt with. Um, this whole matter or whatever, and God even showed me something regarding this person. This other matter or whatever, again, where he directed people's attention towards me. He's the one over involved with him, but he somehow, some way maneuvered and got their attention directed towards me. I mean, maybe I don't know. No one, yeah, because the girl went on and told me, oh yeah, he told me you email him a lot and this, that, and the third, and whatever. Like, for one, even telling anybody what I do regarding anything, and I mean, for one, it's disorderly. I don't know about this person. I wasn't trying to know about this person, but I understand if you get involved with somebody you want me to know, then you tell me respectfully. But he didn't tell me in a respectful way, so I don't never be taking this stuff seriously when he be, you know what I'm saying? Even the last time when he was laying in the bed beside me and he was telling me I got such and such, I got this going on, I'm involved with this person or whatever, and I didn't take him serious because I just was like, it can't be, because I haven't done nothing to you. I haven't gave you no reason to do that. I didn't give you let you ask me. I didn't give you permission to do that. I didn't approve of that. I didn't tell you. So what's going on? And every time, of course, I look back, and it was always some of the female relatives in his so-called family that was involved in getting him connected to something like that. Of course, one was confirmed with the dream. The other one was just, yeah, his mammy was sitting there engaging with the girl or whatever, and she was telling me, and I was like, wow, are you serious? When his mom know that he's been involved, and she came out her mouth and said that I love her son. So anyway, you know what I'm saying? That's the foulness that be going on within these so-called bloodlines and stuff like that, and these boys fall for it. And yeah, may I never be that type of mother. I ain't saying I won't feel some type of way regarding my kids, my sons and stuff, my kids overall, but my boys specifically. But I just don't want to be that sabotage and that, you know, trying to mess up life for them because something was deprived from me. The devil be bound. And I even start and practice that right now in the house. Now, do I need my son's help for certain stuff? Do I tell them to do stuff that might seem unnecessary, whatever? I do, because I don't often ask them to do much of nothing. I go around and yeah, at times clean up after them. I do teach them to clean up after themselves, but I clean up after them as their mother, and I in that I teach them. And then when I do ask them that one or two things, I'm gonna say once or twice a week to get me this, get me that. I'm gonna say once every. It might be one thing every day if it balanced. If I did it, if I measured it, and yeah, and that is that draining their energy? No. Sometimes they may act. They don't even act like it, but you know, well, that little one, he just be like, I don't feel like it. And I know if other people heard that, they feel like he was being disrespectful. He's not. He's expressing that he does not feel like doing that, and that's, what I'm saying, and that's understandable to me. But do I get him to do it? Depends on what day it is and how the wind blows. He might do it anyway. you gonna get your butt up. So it just depends or whatever. But anyways, so that part right there, but just directing all this negative attention, and of course that last thing, they just, oh, this type of this is the attention he's gonna direct me, and I guess because when again it was just certain stuff I didn't take him seriously on, like how you laying beside me and you being with me, but you telling me that you involved with somebody else. You already told me there was nobody else, and then you lay. Next thing I know, not even a month later, you telling me, oh, my girlfriend doesn't want me. This is what he said. My girlfriend doesn't want me coming over here and all that. And I'm like, a girlfriend when I'm here. How? And I wasn't even claiming to be a girlfriend because I feel like and believe I'm way more than that at that time. I'm like, what? A girlfriend? Oh, like I know you lying. And I was just sitting there and I just started, like I literally just started laughing. Like maybe he's trying to ruin this moment for us. We chilling, we watching TV, we laying here. He trying to ruin it. But honey, he had somebody that he was dealing with, and actually like moving into his place and stuff like that and all that. And it just got deep for him or whatever. It got deep for him, honey. It tried to go deep for me, but I just don't. I'm not doing all that with you. And so yeah, people was coming back telling me what was some of what was going on, and I was just like, oh, okay. And then and I, of course, on the inside of me, and I don't call it women's tuition or anything like I said tuition, intuition. I just say it was on the inside of me, spiritually just knew. Because the same year his sister was staying here with me, and I was telling her, I was like, well, he's somewhere else for um for what was it, it's coming up soon too, Super Bowl or whatever. And she was like, hey, my brother was such and such. And I was like, oh Lord. And see that right there, you already trying to go too fast to speak up for him, and you don't even know what was going on. I don't know if she knew where he was at or whatever, but oh no, my brother. And I was like, oh Lord, have mercy. It was like you already trying to explain yourself, and you already trying to cover for him and stuff like that. And I seen that then, but I just didn't. I'm telling you, when I didn't feed too much into that because I was too busy raising my kids that I had at the time, only had two, and I was trying to work. I was like, I'm not gonna get distracted by this stuff or whatever. And especially while his sister was there, I was trying to really be careful. Like, girl, I'm not gonna bring you into too much of our stuff because it's not your business and it's definitely not your place. But I did talk to her or whatever, and I don't know if I regret talking about certain stuff. Some of it I do, some of it I don't. I do feel like it's a door that God opened for me to get some insight, but anyway. And then she was too busy trying to find something on me to go back and report to him, and I was like, girl, it's just no way I'm gonna vie for the attention of your brother against you competing. I was like, what? Wait, what? And so anyway, so that part of it drew that negative attention. Again, I seen some the results of her stuff. As far as this, okay, the next go round with his mom or whatever, and I just included him in a conversation I was having with his mom because I didn't want it to be somebody to say, oh, she's being disrespectful. I guess they still took it as disrespectful. I had witnesses that watched how I interacted and how I talked, even though he had already told me to. I like how you talk to your parents. He sat down and watched me. He told me, I like how you talk to them. Exactly. It wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have to agree, but he did. And it's like, yeah, I didn't get out of line with them. I didn't get disrespectful with them. I just was firm, and I just stood on what I'm saying. And it did feel good that he was right there, but that don't necessarily mean he was standing by my side. So anyway, but after they left, he told me, I like the way you talk to them. And so both of my children's fathers have had some type of admiration as far as me speaking up to my relatives and stuff like that. Again, I'm not no damn fool, so you think I'm gonna just be talking to my people any kind of way, then, uh, you got stuff twisted. Like, will I sit down and have a conversation with them? Yeah. And then I do recall, the woman who carried me biologically, she was saying to myself, see what I'm talking about? And I was like, see what? What? But I mean, whatever you're pointing out, maybe you need to see it in yourself first, or maybe you need to see where the root of it is, whatever it is you feel. And I seen that or whatever, and I pay attention, but I just didn't care that much because it's like, huh? Girl. So anyway, and it was her trying to, I guess, so-called institute to the man that biologically carried me at one point in time. Not carried me in his womb, but in his loins, or in his testicles or whatever. Yeah, that sperm that that made it or whatever. And so anyway, they both admired me as far as that, but they both were still like, to me, coward. They won't. It's not even disrespect your people. It's stand up, speak up. I mean, you should be like that, and you should be able to put that into practice and to play with the people that you're around on a daily basis. Because then when and if you do have to use it in the quote unquote real world, you should be having that confidence. So, so that was that, and he seen that, and that I did similar with his mom, and I mean, Lord, I didn't do the same with my daughter's dad's mom. I did different, because it's just like it's a certain level you have to meet her at and speak to her on. I'm not looking down on her, but I'm just saying it's like and I didn't come down to her level. I'm just be honest, I was just already getting girl. I'll go toe to toe with you, but but I got past that. Like, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. I'm just going to again say what I need to say. And it was the time when she came to my house. I haven't had to go up in her household or nothing like that. I went in her household when I was younger, but I didn't have to go in her household. My daughter, she even tried to invite me in when I went to see my daughter. I'm like, well, tried to say, you could have came in. She came to the door just there. Nah, I'm goody. Nope. For once, you could try to act like you're shutting the door in my face if you get me in there and think that you're gonna be able to call it, get me away. Nah, she's done that before. You already showed me. She's done like not opened the door for me and stuff like that when it came to certain stuff. And I was like, okay, thank you for leading by example. You showing me, and I'll take heed. But anyway, see, I don't want to go over all these places. My point is, I've been here a shorter period of time than some people. My 34 years, some people's 50 something, 55 something years. You know what I'm saying? And they be feeling a type of way that I can sometimes get more accomplished in the short period of time than they did in the time span that they've been here. And I just be like, why would y'all be like that? Why would y'all feel like that? People can feel how they want to feel, but why would y'all act on that and be so bitter and stuff instead of actually, in a sense, congratulating? I don't need the validation from them, and I don't need the approval or whatever, but that don't mean that I don't, what I'm saying, enjoy oh, you did a good job, that encouragement. But I mean, they like, even like, again, going back to when I first moved over here, and the so-called next door neighbor's wife was already telling me about some people. I mean, and I'm gonna just go ahead and name. She just kept talking about Coco, and I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm just moving over here. I don't know who no damn Coco is. I didn't care. Of course, I sooner or later found out who Coco was, but and you telling me that. I guess maybe you've been trying to get something accomplished with this person, but when I came over here, I got something accomplished, and like, it's literal peace. Like, now, outside where if I was panning around, it's peace. It's peace. And it used to be like something chaotic, and it tried to be chaos consistently, but definitely chaotic stuff trying to arise. And it's like, no, that's not what I'm here for. That's not what I'm having or whatever. And so now that it's changed, people be feeling a type of way, and instead of like, and I guess maybe they be feeling like, damn, she did get something accomplished. She really, what I'm saying, the real deal. Yeah. So maybe we should be, yeah, we need to be on our P's and Q's. Absolutely. But I'm not gonna tell you that. I was too busy worrying about the wrong stuff and trying to point out the wrong stuff and being invested in the wrong stuff regarding my life. What kind of what kind of wig I had on under my scarf and just stuff like that. And I just be like, well, damn. You know what I'm saying? Y'all using your time and utilizing your time to do absolutely nothing. Pretty much, it's gonna amount to nothing because you, what they call it, a hill of beans. But so yeah, I took that time and I was like, no, while I'm here, while I'm somewhere, I want to change and I want to contribute to helping that place to be a better place. And honestly, to me, it's kingdom of God, and I just learned more about, the kingdom of God is government, or I don't want to even say a form of government. I just want to say that's the government, because these corrupt ones that's in the so-called government now, like, I be definitely feeling like they need to be done away with. But, God knows if he raised certain people up. But I do feel like it's some counterfeits to try to come on in there, just like the Bible speak about how some crept in unawares, and I just I don't know. When it comes to that, I'm gonna just be quiet when it comes to that part. But just I don't know, and I just leave it at that. But um, I do recall the biological saying something like, cause I was like, oh, God, some basically somewhere around along the lines of chosen, and she was like, I do believe we all going to and gotta submit to God, cause I mean, what else can you do when somebody created you? You are not going to be able to defy that person. Um, you're gonna get to a point of self destruction. You're not gonna nobody, and that's just it. You gonna self destruct because you're trying to rebel against something and somebody that created you, meaning you was nothing, and that person made something out of you. So duh, when it comes to that creation, but as far as being chosen to do certain stuff, and that again, I'm not saying better than anybody, but if God said this vessel is better than this vessel, that's just what He said, and that's what He means. And whether it just means better suited for this type of stuff or better suited. And see, that's one thing I do know. He knows that. He knows what vessels is for dishonor and what vessels is for honor. I just said I wanted to be used. I mean, I just felt and desired that I wanted to be a vessel of honor. Not simply a vessel of life like somebody have called me, but a vessel of honor as opposed to dishonor. That's what it was. So I don't know if they see that over on me, and I mean that I don't really get to choose, but I feel like what we choose, He called us to choose that, or he moved on us to choose that. So and if it's that simple, then it should be that simple for them. But anyway, she said that, and I was just like, I was kind of I guess I was confounded, if you want to say, because I just didn't understand how everybody is chosen and all that, because, and especially because the Bible say many are called, few are chosen. But I don't know. I guess chosen for those good works and chosen for. So anyway, again, because I'm not going off the deep end, and I definitely need more understanding, and I'm continuously seeking God. But yeah, so moving forward to, we're 6 days shy of my daughter's 14th birthday. Still missing her, wanting to be included and all that. It's funny because I definitely want to be included, but she know, and I guess, hopefully others know, I don't want to be included. It was one point in time, and that was 2020, where I was like, I want to be on y'all team. I have to renege on that statement. I want to be on my daughter's team. Or I said, this is why y'all need me on your team. That's what I said. Let me get it right. But now, I want to be on my daughter's team. I want her to be on the team that I'm on as well. But I want to be for what she's for and stuff like that. But, like, I was saying something and ranting last year, like, to certain people, you're not invited. And that person felt a type of way, like, what? I said, you're not invited. Move on, go on. Somebody definitely said that to me. The move on part, they didn't say you wasn't invited, but they said the move on part, last year. I felt the type of way, but at the same time, I know the reason for that person to even spew and say something to me. Um, I'm not in again. I did not connect myself to you, so there's none of that. Um, this person who I was telling you're not invited. Yeah, I connected myself, and I was a woman enough to. Well, I didn't really connect myself, but I allowed myself to be connected. But I was woman enough to tell that person. So again, this person have not been man enough to tell me move on and this and the third. None of that. Emails and stuff, as opposed to sitting down and coming and telling me something seriously. And I've seen him operate in that manner where he was like, I'm trying to get you to understand. I'm getting ready to make this decision right here. But a lot of times over emails, he played games or whatever. But shit, real life he could play games too. But a lot of times over that. So I just didn't believe that or nothing like that. Um, at this point, that person have just given me the time to say, well, I'm gonna, or you want me to be in control of the decision? Well, if I gotta say anything and you're directing negative attention to me and you're thinking I'm ever gonna do any type of jail time on your behalf or any of that, and I'm not even and you didn't link up with somebody else and they're telling me, oh, that person is I mean, they're basically feeling like that person is worthless. You might as well get rid of them. But I was here before them. I did not disconnect from you. I mean, I separated from the person. I did not, I don't know if that's really the same as disconnecting. See, I didn't feel like I fully disconnected. Anyway, I included that person, continued to include that person, didn't exclude that person, didn't continue to get influenced by other outside parties and stuff, didn't get influenced by an outside party that sent me to another outside party. You know what I'm saying? This is how I see it. So, you want me to be in control of making that decision? Okay. And all I can say is, Lord, help me to make a wise decision. And when God put it in my hands, be like, what you gonna do with it? And I'm like, well, God, I didn't see quite a bit. Like, you didn't show me, and this is what I see. That person got connected to somebody else, and they directed negative attention towards me. Basically, just tried to use me, utilize my power and my strength to get them out of something that they got into. Then they get connected to something else, and this time they ain't blatantly saying save me and help, like, because one time that person said save me, but anyway, ain't blatantly saying that. And their so-called parental directed them to that situation, and that's what they chose, and they seen something admirable about it, or when I'm going off things that I've been shown in my dreams, that not that I know for sure and got that full understanding, but things that God have shown me. And they found something admirable, and then in this one dream I still couldn't tell whether that person was hugging this person goodbye and apologizing to me, like, or because it's just it's honestly, it's been too many games being played. And so with all that said, it's just a bunch of confusion, and Um, I'd rather not. Like, I'm not saying that I haven't dabbled or whatever. But if I can't do it when I don't know, when I can't be a part of the decision making thing. So, when you exclude me, but you still telling me, oh, you get you know what I'm saying? The ball is in your court. So, with that, of course, people use encouraging phrases and statements to say, when you don't know, you just stand. Um, I don't know, and I can stand, but I want somebody to stand beside me. And this person also told me, yeah, you don't need no man to do for you. I think I said it in other messages or whatever. You don't need no man to do for you. And I'm like, you're right. I mean, if God created and designed me to be able to do some things for myself, yeah, but that don't mean I'm not gonna run off and rant, oh, independent, this, that, and that. No, I'm glad for some independence and being able to independently use my limbs and not have to have a machine operating and do, what I'm saying, the things that God designed me to be able to do. But things that God designed that takes more than one person, I want that person, and again, preferably mine as a man. I don't want no female standing beside me, and I didn't. That's why I don't take well to you involving another female, and like they speak now energy. I do my best to get away from stuff like that. Like, it have honestly, and I'm not knocking females, because I mean, hey, they do what they do, and that's awesome. I'm a female, and I've done what I do, but it's just been too many females keeping their hands in certain pots and stuff like that, and too busy trying to raise the kids by themselves and this, that, and the third, and then turn around and they be bitter and so nasty and salty. So, you know, I mean, it's rightful just to, uh, I don't know what all this entails, but the conclusion I don't want to say it's the conclusion because it might just still be the beginning or the middle or something, but the conclusion that I came to as far as just continuing to move forward is continue to place that responsibility on these these fathers, these men. I don't give them if they absent. I don't give a damn if they absent-minded, honey. Something to bring them back. Something can possibly and potentially bring them back too. Now, some is just lost and it's not gonna happen. Um, my daughter's dad, yeah, it's definitely a possibility for him. It's a potential, especially when you bring my daughter into the situation. It's definitely a high potential. Do that mean that he's still gonna get it right? That don't mean that. Just because she decided to want to feel like she got to cover him and stuff like that. And again, I'm not for that. I don't approve of my child. I approve of my child loving her dad, but I do not approve of my child going into different environments and stuff with her dad because he wants to play games with different females and this, that, and the third, and him using her. Now, it's one thing if he had his own environment and he had his daughter there and he had something established and he brought somebody there. That would be different. I might not like that much either, but I think that's a better option. But he don't. He didn't. He goes into other people, including his own so-called mom. And so yeah, and even with my boys' dad, I don't know. For me, I do think it is a little different with boys where they can more so go into somebody else's environment and they'll be fine. They'll do fare better than when you take a girl into somebody else's. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know it all, and it is what it is. But yes, the ball is in my court. You not finna sit around and tell me, hey, you don't basically, he didn't say you don't need to have no man around my kids or nothing like that, but I think this is what this is what I'm saying. I'm thinking that's what he's trying to say, but he don't make stuff clear. He wants you to be confused. He wants you to mess up. Me personally, seemingly wants me to mess up and stuff like that. It is what it is. Some days he might even get an inkling that, hey, I want her to succeed. And another, the rest of the year, honey, he'll feel like, nah, I want that bitch to, I mean, literally, this is what he be. I want that bitch to fail. So that's why I just maintain my peace and what joy I do have. Like, joy is being restored and returned to me. Thank God. Never even thought I would say that. I always had the peace, but that joy, honey. And I'm like, wow. But but yeah. So yeah, I know I sound like I'm just talking in circles or talking around stuff and definitely saying stuff without saying it, but because I just don't have the full clear understanding. But it's coming, and I'm thankful. Um, I think my boys would be it would be, I'm not saying it's okay for them, but it would be easier for them to go into a environment more so than my daughter. That means that I would want my daughter at home, and I wouldn't want my boys lounging around nowhere, getting too comfortable in nobody's stuff at all. But what it is I don't know. I guess I know who they who their daddy is, and so I don't know. It's a tough one. But anyway, but as far as this so called this one who pressed these charges on me, because I had just said, y'all need to focus on not catching charges in y'all 30s and this, that, and the third or whatever. That person just looking right over here. Focus on not catching charges in y'all 30s. And then for them to turn around and put charges on me the very next year. Not me catch charges, not me do something to, you know what I'm saying, but I can't. That's too unstable for me. Like, I was pretty much trying to I wasn't really trying to show him, but I looked back and it was me kind of exposing the enemy and the devil of what people will do, the extremes that people will go to. So basically, I have pointed out to him and shown him up close and personal and at a distance and wherever, however he need to see it, what people be capable of doing that be sitting around him and that he be so-called trusting if there's such a thing, because he already told me he doesn't trust nobody. And then he changed it up and said, "No, I trust people to be who they are," and that's a good thing because that's what I told him. Like, be who I told him and taught him that, like, be who you are. But then he, there's a lot of stuff that he just leaves open ended and he don't give that clarification. And I think, yeah, he wants to. I'm gonna leave it open ended because she'll find out eventually or whatever. But honey, eventually never for me. Eventually never came, and I've been through entirely too much. I can't tell God that, oh, I've been through. I mean, I can tell him, but I can't demand, oh God, I've been through too damn much. I ain't going through shit. I definitely can't do that. But I can express to God, okay, Lord, I do want to. I want to get off this ride. I don't want to continue on that. I don't want to. And when I say get off this ride, I don't mean I want to leave this physical earth or anything. Definitely not prematurely or before my time. But I want to get off this ride. I don't want to. If that person will be happier without me, and if I'm not that beneficial to that person's life, I don't need to be there. I don't need to be there. And even regarding my daughter, you know what I'm saying? I I want to be in her life, but I'm not going to strive and contend for a child that I carried in my womb, that I raised, and I instilled trusting things. I did not break or mess up her trust or anything. Now, what I did as a grown woman is my business. One time, 10 times, but I'm at least say the one time my business, and I didn't feel the need to discuss that. If I had a companion with me and I can share certain stuff, yeah, but yeah, I'm not gonna contend or fight for that. I'm gonna give God the glory and just let him continue to do what he's doing. There's one of them cars. But anyway, so yeah, God, I'm just like, Lord, I'm off it. I can't make God let me get off and this, that, and the third, but I'm telling you, if he give me that decision making power, it's like, no, Lord, I'm not gonna turn back to that. Yes, it was a time where I just was like, it don't matter what happens, what comes my way, I'm gonna stick with this person who I had my children with because, of course, for one, I don't want to be a baby mama. I don't want to be a 2, 3 time baby mama. I didn't want to be a woman with 2 baby daddies and a husband. Or, I didn't even want to be one with 1 baby daddy and a husband. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to have all my kids. His sister confided in me and told me, oh, he wanted all his kids under the same roof. Okay, maybe he just wanted all his kids under the same roof, but they didn't have to be with the same mama. Maybe I fooled myself into thinking when she said something like that. There was one bit of information. But yeah, and then, yeah, I guess the other thing is when I did have I had his daughter and I had both of his kids under here, and then I had my son. And I took a picture of him, and he was like, send it to my mama. And I guess at the time, that's for her to decide what. And I feel like she's like, no, I don't like that. It's looking too close to being real. You got all your kids over there. Um, and she just interfered or whatever. I almost said divinely interfered, but she just interfered, and it was messy and meddlesome and stuff like that. And I just, and he had me to send the picture to his mom. He didn't even do it himself. I guess me sending it so he could see how she would respond or feel about that or whatever regarding me. But I didn't say, "Oh, I want to send this to your mom." And this, no, that was him. It was a lot of him trying to handle people and maneuver people to see what kind of response they gonna get out of somebody else, instead of him doing it himself. But yeah, this is an almost 40-minute video. Um, yeah. So. So you can love somebody, and I try to have that respect for him or whatever. But yeah, I don't know what's going on as far as, again, this is my money being interfered with, and I don't take too well to that. I don't like it. I can't stand it. It was a time when some money wasn't even coming at all, but I was at a place where it's like, okay, well, I got a little leeway, but now, you know what I'm saying, when you start pulling back again, and I feel like, yeah, my money getting low and this and third, oh, you still responsible for these kids, and that's just period, and that's just what it is, and so. And evidently, somebody or some way he's been provided the way to, well, I'm saying evidently, but I don't know. But it seemed like he's been provided a certain way to be able to stay somewhere and, scot free and this, that, and the third. Or I don't know. I'm saying scot free, but I don't know the details. So let me But somewhere, definitely something been coming up out of him. Trust me, I already know. But what's been coming up out of him is part of his essence, and that's what I love this person for, and you know what I'm saying. So I just can't. You let somebody basically suck your soul and this and the third alter. I, it's not the same. I don't know if that was right past my house and stuff, honey. But yeah, you let people do certain stuff or whatever, and alter your essence and things like that. And also in that, they come for me. They basically threatened me, which I had already told him. Like, we literally sat down and watched a movie, Asunder, together, and that I was just letting him know. Asunder, and I think Woman Thou Art Loose had the female that he got involved with, she, even kidnapping your child. Now, the child didn't get hurt, thank God, but that was a movie. But in this life, those crazy things can happen. But even watching Asunder, and he was involved with such and such, and she became obsessive and crazy, and this, then the third, and well, no, Asunder, it was him. Sorry, she got involved with a man, and then the man, even the child that she was carrying, I think he was saying that's his baby. It was just crazy. And so I was like, I had already told him and warned him, like, please don't. And I warned and I warned, and I think I did as much as I could. I just look around and I don't see that there was anything else that I could do to show him, like, please do not do this. The first time he did it, like, please don't do that. First time he did, I made it through, but I felt like I was gonna die. This second time, baby, I literally like to have damn died, and probably feel like I done died. I know I didn't, but shit, I wasn't even it wasn't even borderline. Let me stop, because God is good. God kept me through it. But I'm telling you, and I felt like death, and I felt like, oh no, 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 ain't no damn way. Baby, if I'm sleeping in a jail cell and I'm in the same town that this nigga is sleeping beside, and I don't even like to do the N word, but he's sleeping beside the person who put the fake chart. Mm. Oh, I took a detour. I did something wrong somewhere, and I'm just not gonna keep on going down. And I could take my responsibility in it, because I got to the point where I just got tired of waiting on something. That was last year sometime. I got tired of waiting, but I also, there was something else going on. Ugh, externally, but tried to become me, um, to where it, tried to cause me. And I was like, yeah, I love you, but I don't think I can. I don't think I can do that right there. That's too much. And what I did anyway was just like, it was definitely distasteful, but it was like something that I did not enjoy at all. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't loathsome, but it was still like, it's not what I want to be doing with my life. So with that said, I'm just like, nope, no, thank you. Um, so yeah, what I'm getting at, I guess, is another type of farewell type. So long, farewell, Um, and it's just another hope. Like, please, please choose wisely. Please do not choose to go out here and cut the damn food with him, because, Lord, I really don't feel like I got the strength and energy to be able to be like, oh, I can cover for my son, plus what they have tried to do to me within this last year, to where they try to make sure that I can't rely on somebody when I could previously legitly rely on somebody to assist me, because they kept on trying to gang up on me, like ganging up, period. Like, they real life was gang. So it ain't squad, but it was definitely the gang. And it's like, what? Y'all think y'all gonna gang up on me and I'm not gonna be able to call on somebody? So I'm just like, Lord have mercy. And yeah, so I'm just like, again, this street that I'm recording right here, this is where dude went sliding across the thing, where I'm saying, I was looking in his direction or whatever. I was definitely looking in his direction. As far as going to chase after him and this, that, and the third, no. Was I going to try to nurse him up or whatever? Yep. But it didn't occur like that. Like the fact that he even went sliding right here in this area was like,